Welcome back to Squirrelly Acres. So we're down here at the house. It's time to open up the koi pond. Temperatures are warm enough that it will work out. We don't need a heater anymore, and we don't need the cover to keep the water warm. One of the first tasks that we always do every spring is to clean up all the debris and sludge from the bottom of the pond. In the past, we have rented a vacuum cleaner that is designed for this, but we've seen enough YouTube videos that I think we can use the shop vac. Now these panels here, we built them last fall. Prior to that, we were using sheets of plywood. But the whole purpose of these clear panels was when the sun would come up, because we would clean the snow off, and there's a space in here that we would just push the snow into the pond, and with the heater that was in there, it would melt, or the temperature would be warm enough in the pond that the snow would eventually melt. And it would also help keep the water level at a decent height inside there. This was also the first year that we didn't have the heater trip the breaker and cause the pond to ice over a little bit. We were always lucky enough that we would catch it within a couple days. Anyway, I'm going to get myself set up. I'm going to go get my partner in crime, and we're going to get these panels off. We're going to get started cleaning this up. And so there's no sludge in there, and when the koi start spawning, you'll have a nice clean area to drop their eggs, and the eggs will fall into some of the cracks and survive. And maybe we'll end up with some more babies. We have 3 from last year that we found just before fall, and they have survived the winter. And I think that they're maybe about 3.5 inches long. It was pretty exciting last fall. Anyway, I'm going to get going on this, get all set up, and we'll start the cleanup of the pond.
Slide them under there, is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking about sliding the panels underneath there. I don't know. You might have to get underneath there. Bees. Be careful. Or the bees.
Bees are out. The bees are awake. The bees are awake.
Gotta take a little break. Got those panels off. And there's the koi. Pretty dirty down there. I know it's hard to tell. All right, let's get the vacuum cleaner set up and see how it works out. All right, we're gonna try and save the water, so I got this batty. Just going to use a zip tie, put it around the drain. Hopefully it'll stay on. All right, pick that up. So the first technique we're going to try is just to use the tubes here. We'll turn that on. This is going to get a little noisy, but because I can't control the airflow, and that's what a lot of those pumps have, or normally use, they have a little piece that you could open and close, and it'll cut off the suction. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hose on there, then take it off, put it back on. That's how I'll control the suction. All right, as you saw, using that regular vacuum or that shop vac, that wasn't the greatest. I mean, it was sucking and everything, but what was happening was water was getting stuck in the hose, and so if we lifted it up, it would suck it out, and we did suck out a lot. This is really just a regular swimming pool cleaner. And it has some brushes on the bottom. You connect a whole garden hose up to it. It has a quick disconnect fitting that goes on there. And then in here, I'm not sure if you could see in there, but there's some holes in there. What happens is the water comes through here, and it comes out this nozzle this way, and there's a net that you tie on the top of here. Now the debris will collect up inside the net. But anyway, that water starts shooting up and creates a vacuum. And so then it will start sucking up the leaves and all that's on the bottom. And because we have different rocks and everything, it's a little harder to pick up the debris. Might be a little bit easier if this was a little smaller, but in the end, we were able to collect enough of the leaves, and we'll work it out through the next couple of months and just start skimming the leaves and little branches off of it, and between us skimming it and going through the skimmer itself, it'll all work itself out. We have some chemicals that we have to use, and what that will do is it will treat some of the debris that we can't get and turn it into a sludge, and that will eventually get sucked out through the skimmer and go through the filter, and we'll dump that. And when we dump it, we actually use the water that comes off as a fertilizer on our flower beds and that. So anyway, it's going to take a few days for this to clear up, and I'll probably do a little short showing all the fish, and hopefully we'll get the little guys in there. We did learn that shop vac isn't the thing to use. I think we're pretty happy with the amount of debris that we collected with this, and the little bit of debris that we did collect with the shop vac. So even though the shop vac was a fail, we did learn something that, sometimes to use a piece of equipment for something else doesn't really always pan out. And we'll just keep skimming off the leaves and everything that start to float up to the top, and we'll try using this a couple more times. We usually end up having to add some water anyway every now and then because of evaporation. So I want to thank you all for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.